I'm Denise.
She's a non-fiction editor, and I'm Louise.
She's a fiction editor. And together,
we're the Editing Podcast.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Editing Podcast. So today we're talking about drum roll marketing. And that probably won't surprise our regular listeners.
No, it certainly won't. So it's something that we're really passionate about and genuinely believe can make a huge difference to the success of our businesses. And so this time around, we're going to be chatting about lead magnets.
Yes. So let's start by talking about what exactly a lead magnet is. So a lead magnet is a free, valuable resource that editors and proofreaders can offer in exchange for a potential client's contact information, usually a name and an email address.
And it's called a lead magnet because its purpose is to attract, like a magnet, leads. People who are interested enough in your products and services to hand over some sort of minimal information about themselves.
Yeah, think of it as an incentive. You give that person something, and in exchange, they give you something. The outcome you're hoping for is that some of the people who've entered into this exchange with you will like your freebie so much that they'll become a paying customer.
Yeah, and by giving them something really useful, they trust you more and believe that your paid-for products and services will deliver on what they promise. And that's because you've proved yourself with the free lead magnet.
So the key word here is useful.
Yeah.
So lead magnets need to be relevant to your target audience. So when thinking about what you're going to offer, it's worth spending some time first deciding who your audience is and then thinking about what their pain points are.
Yeah, that's right. And the solutions to those pain points are contained in your lead magnet, which you'll give to the person once they've signed up for it. So for example, if your target audience is other editors, are they grappling with marketing and making their businesses more visible or trying to organise themselves better?
And if your target audience is writers, are they struggling with aspects of grammar or writing craft or interior layout and design or some aspect of the self-publishing process?
Yeah.
So let's talk now about different types of lead magnets that you might consider trying out. We've got 5 ideas for you, and we think these are all pretty irresistible and highly likely to make people want to sign up for your mailing list.
Oh, yeah. So I do think they're good ideas. So the idea one is written information. So this might be like something like an article, a white paper, or a booklet delivered in PDF format.
Yeah, and idea 2 is some sort of tool like a checklist or a cheat sheet that helps the potential customer work more efficiently.
Yeah. Idea 3 is a free webinar or mini course, some sort of recorded presentation or training session that provides valuable insights and knowledge.
And idea 4 is some sort of template that saves a person time or helps them break a process down into more manageable steps.
Yeah, and the final idea is a free trial or discount coupon.
So shall we take a more detailed look at those 5 ideas, just in case this is new to some of our listeners?
Yeah, let's do that. So first up is written information in PDF format that someone can download. So this is the route Denise has gone down. She has a free guide called How to Prepare Your Non-Fiction Book for Editing, and it contains advice that helps non-fiction authors save time by ensuring they're focusing on the right things when they're getting ready to send their book to an editor like her.
Yeah, but you might decide to turn one of your most popular blog posts into a booklet or a paper by taking each of the core themes and then expanding them into something more substantive.
Yeah. Another nice idea is the behind the scenes method. So perhaps you could take your potential clients behind the scenes of your editing process or offer them an exclusive peek into how you turn rough drafts into polished masterpieces.
Yeah, you can share anecdotes, before and after examples, and perhaps some of the techniques that you use to enhance writing while maintaining the author's voice. This lead magnet not only showcases your skills, but also helps potential clients to understand the value that you can bring to their projects.
Yeah, I really like that. Now, if you're using a genuine sample from a project you've worked on, you do need to get permission from the author and make decisions together about how and whether to anonymize the project. And if that's problematic, then make up a fictional example and go through the same process with that.
So the second idea is a tool like a checklist or a cheat sheet that helps a potential customer customer work more efficiently. Now, everyone loves a checklist that simplifies complex tasks. And this is the route that Louise has taken. She offers a free proofreading checklist that helps editors and authors track the very tasks that need to be attended throughout the proofreading process. It's something that gives especially new editors and writers confidence, and that saves them time.
So think about what kind of tool you might create for your target audience. Could you create a checklist of things that authors need to do before they contact an agent, for example, or 10 pieces of information they should include on their author website?
Or perhaps you could generate a list of common grammar and spelling errors to watch out for, maybe broken into categories such as punctuation, verb tense, subject-verb agreement, homophones, and so on. Again, focus on pain points and think about what help or advice your clients have asked you for during your career.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. Just using what you've experienced.
Yeah.
So our third idea focuses on free audio visual material, like a free webinar or mini course. So is there help you can give and that you're often asked for advice about and which you can turn into a video? Maybe your clients struggle with creating interesting images for their website and you can demonstrate how to use a tool like Canva, for example.
Yeah, or perhaps you can show them how to use some of the core functions in Microsoft Word or Scrivener or Amazon KDP or some other software that you know your clients use to generate their manuscripts or as part of the publishing process.
Yeah, and that free training shows that you're engaged with their problems, and audio visual solutions are incredibly effective because they're easy to follow and give you the opportunity to make a more personal connection with the viewer using your voice and your face if you're feeling brave.
Yeah. Our fourth approach is the template. It could be some sort of template that you created for yourself to improve your own efficiency and that a colleague or potential client could adapt for their own needs. Perhaps you could share this in exchange for a person's name and email address. For editorial colleagues, you could create a project template that records the requirements for a specific client or project and the client's preferences.
Yeah, and for authors, you might consider a beta reader template that collates reviewers' feedback. You could create a 2-column layout, then in one column, make space for the page and paragraph numbers, and then the second column is where the feedback or suggested changes go.
Nice. So the fifth lead magnet is something that gives the customer the opportunity to try out a product or service before they commit to handing over any money. Everyone loves feeling like they've got something for nothing.
Oh, yes.
Yep. And the benefit for you is that you get to give people a taster.
So if you have a paid-for webinar or book, think about whether you might give away a free module or chapter.
Yeah, and if you haven't created those kinds of products, then consider a coupon for a free sample edit that the potential client can use if they decide to hire you. Whatever you decide to create, you're aiming for something that shows rather than tells your expertise. When you demonstrate expertise, you build trust, and people who trust you are more likely to buy from you.
You've done that with, I've done this. I give away sample free chapters, audio and in print of my books, but you've done a similar thing with a course, haven't you?
Yeah, so my course on how to mark up PDFs in Adobe Reader, DC, the free version, is modular, and I've made one of those modules, one of those lessons free so that people can try the lesson, learn something, but also see what my style of teaching is like and what the course looks like to see whether it's something that they would want to engage in. And that's just open access. They don't have to pay anything to have a go at that, but it gives them a sense of what they're likely to get from the course.
That's a great lead magnet.
Yeah.
So what do we do with all these leads we've generated with our lead magnets? Because having gone to the trouble of creating something valuable and useful for a targeted group of potential customers, the next step is to make sure we actually do something with all that contact information people have handed over.
Yeah, essentially, you're building a mailing list and you don't want these people forgetting who you are. So keep in contact with them. And the easiest way is to make time in your schedule for a regular newsletter in which you share information about products and services that your readers might like to purchase.
And it can also include any insights and experiences within the publishing world that you think will be of interest and other freebies that you offer, like blog posts that people will find useful.
Now, some editors choose to include quite personal information in their newsletters, while others keep them more business focused. And there's absolutely no right or wrong way to do this. And it's fine to choose an approach that you feel comfortable with.
That's right. It really doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. Just go your own way.
Yeah.
So there are a couple of things we think you should consider. The first is this: don't give everything away. The lead magnet should be enticing enough to draw people in so that they're more likely to buy from them. But you don't want to make buying from you unnecessary because you've given everything away already.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want there to be nothing left to sell. Yeah. So the second thing to consider is tell people about your lead magnet. Promote the offer via your website and your social media channels and other places where you have an online presence. Perhaps add a link to your email signature too. Yeah,
because if no one knows about your lead magnet, you're not going to be magnetizing anyone.
Too right. And just to drive the point home, we've included links to our own lead magnets in the show notes for this episode. Take a look and feel free to sign up if you haven't already.
Great. So let's sum up. Lead magnets are a really valuable way for editors and proofreaders to attract potential clients and demonstrate their expertise.
That's right. And remember to promote your lead magnets. That way you maximize your wider audience. Yeah. So that's it from us this time around. Thank you so much for listening. Again, if you'd like to help support the Editing Podcast, we've got a couple of options for you. The first is that you can tip us. Head over to theeditingpodcast.captivate.fm/support and make a one-off donation of your choosing.
Or you can join our Patreon community for £3 a month at patreon.com/editingpodcast. All our patrons get exclusive access to a huge batch of transcripts.
The links are in the show notes. And in the meantime, she's been Louise.
And she's been Denise. Join us again next time. Bye.
Bye.